Hey guys, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Bloodborne. Very recently, in fact yesterday I believe, we defeated our first challenge dungeon in its entirety. We did actually hop into the first layer of it and sort of test around and see how they worked much earlier in the playthrough. And then I decided, alright, it's time now that we actually start doing them. They contain a lot of lore and things that I will miss if I don't do them. So I started up a new series where I will be doing these chalice dungeons sort of sporadically when it seems suitable, and I will just be uploading them pretty much as an extra series. So I hope you guys check them out. I hope you guys have had a look at the one. If not, go do check it out. There are some interesting stuff. The boss fights are really cool. The music, the environments, I actually really do like them, and we're slowly learning how they work and how to progress through them. And as we go through, it's going to get harder and harder, more traps, more enemies, more like variety of stuff. You know, you're going to see some serious shit go down in there. I'm really looking forward to it. Plus the lore that we're going to learn, I will be discussing. I'm really excited about it, and it's nice to have something else where I can sort of just chill out and do and think about and talk about things however I want, you know, without being super distracted by lore with giant tentacle Cthulhu monsters and all that, basically. So today we're going to be going back to Hemwick Lane, and we're going to be looking for this thing that's apparently going to allow us to go to Cainhurst Castle. Now, Cainhurst Castle is apparently an optional area, and we know that the paladin type guy, it's not, is it Jeeves? It's Alfred, there we go. Alfred and Jeeves are both names that I like to put together as, I like to group them as butlers, okay? So it's always confusing for me. Which is Jeeves, which is Alfred? But yeah, Alfred, he told us about Cainhurst Castle. He told us about the Vile Bloods. The Vile Bloods are the ones that apparently dabbled with some certain blood stuff, and it caused Vile Bloods, which is just a terrible, terrible abomination, essentially. And a lot of people want me to come back to Hemwick Lane to see how it's doing, see the comparisons when it's in the red moon. And there are some areas, as you can see, that aren't affected by the red moon, and it would seem like Hemwick is one of those. As you can see, the sky is normal. We can't see the moon anywhere from here. It's too clouded, I guess. So there's not really a massive, or in fact any noticeable effect on this area. Now we do have this place where that person went completely crazy. Whether they've gone mad or they've left, we don't know, but they ain't there now. They ain't responding now. So let's push through. You guys don't need to see all this. It's just stuff you've already seen. Well, it looks like this is the crossing. Yep. Yeah, right in the center. And there it is. The creepy-ass thing. How do they know who we are, though? How do they know to invite us? There's horses that are still alive. Seems legit. So it's just like no one's in it. Look at these horses. No one's in the No one's in the carriage. Do they not have eyes as well? The horses don't have eyes. Oh my god. They look undead to me. They don't look alive. Like something's blatantly wrong with the horses. Well, I guess we're leaving then. Based on the direction it's going, isn't it just going to go into the lake? It looks like it's going to go into the lake. Like we're just going to go over that bridge and drop off. So I guess the bridge originally took us to Cainhurst Castle. Like it took you over the lake, and on the other side, Cainhurst Castle must have been there. How's this going to work? There it is. Now, I said this is going to be one of the most exciting things for me. One of the best reveals. One of my favourite reveals in all of the Souls-related games have been Drang Lake Castle, the way it was shown to you. But this reminds me of the castle of the Ivory Crown DLC of Dark Souls 2. The sort of frozen castle fortress thing. Look at that. The Forsaken Cainhurst Castle. Looks brilliant. Cool as fuck. Oh. Oh. They're dead. And they've been there a long time. God. Where... That's frozen. This has been here a long time. The lake isn't frozen. Interesting to think about. And we can see the bridge is still broken. Is that right there Hemwick? The massive building in which we fought the Hemwick Witch? That must be Hemwick. In fact, that right there is Yarnum. That's the bell tower in which we fought Vicar Amelia. And to the right, closer, is Hemwick, the Hemwick building. That's Hemwick Lane. So the bridge that broke over the lake led to Cainhurst Castle, which is on an island in the middle of the lake. But how did we get here? We found a rune, the lake rune. Scribe inscription of the great ones in human voices. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark, guarding sleep and augur of the Eldritch truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek that which is yours. I think, just like we did with the spider, Rom, I think we might be, like, in the lake, or under the lake, and in some sort of other world / dream that sort of brought us here. Oh, that's creepy. Alright, well, thanks for the invitation in. And here's a lantern. That's creepy, dude. We get some more statues, as always, but these are very different, very regal. They're kingly and royal. Got a guy with a crown on everywhere. Who's that? Is that is that Burger King with his crown? You ever seen them Burger King adverts? They're terrible. So over here we have a very posh and fancy... Oh my god. We have a very posh and fancy area. It's very clear that the people who lived here were very wealthy. They have a giant castle on a lake with a massive bridge that they built to lead to it. So we don't have a door on the left. Building on the right. We'll go to the building on the right first. It seems less obvious. We also have those monsters there. New type of enemy. It just looks like a sack with legs. Not looking forward to fighting those. They look horrific. I love snowy areas. Snowy areas are some of my favourite things in games because I think snow and snowy areas are beautiful to look at. I find them very appealing. Here it comes. I find them very appealing, but obviously when you're there yourself, it's horribly cold. So it's hard to deal with. Hard to live in or whatever. Ooh, one of those eels from the poison place. Oh, loot there. Level 9, Frenzied Coldblood. So this is actually higher level than the Unseen Village. The first time you go to it. This is higher level than that. Good to know. So we have an elevator here that's probably a shortcut that I have not unlocked yet. I'm going to start dealing with some of these monsters now. Oh god. Very resistant. It moves so jaggedly. Oh, when it dies, it's like sack explodes in blood. Warm blood gemstone. Here we go. Bit of lore. The warm blood gemstone. A blood gem that fortifies weapons and adds various properties. Yep. Blood gems are needed into weapons. Yep. Circular blood gems are normally used to fortify firearms. Okay, so it gives you a scaling on your blood tinge, but no lore. Literally no. Zero lore. Disappointed! Numbing mist. The stuff that stops healing. You know, for something that attacks so jaggedly, you can really swing. You can swing very fast if you wanna. Don't really have any guesses as to their purpose, how they came to be. To me right now, they're just bug monsters. And yes, they do remind me of bugs, because look at the way they move. They actually, you know what they remind me of? Mosquitoes. Because these mosquitoes have these, like, sacs, right? On their back. On their butt, rather. Sometimes, you know, it reminds me a little bit of a spider. With their sacs. And you got these disgusting sacs on the back that are filled with blood. I guess in a way, it reminds me of that. Except the sac isn't on its back. It's under it. Oh shit, I missed. I don't really know what these eels are doing here. Like, the only other place we've seen these enemies would be in the poison area. Underneath the forest, the forbidden forest. A lot of these on you at once is a dangerous thing, so I'm being careful about that. Like, look at them, they're coming for me. Ow. Try to avoid that. Ran out of stamina. Nice. We're doing pretty well on blood echoes. That's good. Oh, come on now. Thank you. Tempering blood gemstone. That was like quite a high level one as well. I want to have a quick look at that. Tempering. Tempering blood gemstone. A blood gem fortifies most triangular. It gives you physical attack up by 8.4%. That's very good. I think we do need to go back and sort out our gemstones. Physical damage up when you're near death. That's very interesting. That's what we just got. So when you're low health or when you're about to die, you do more damage. That's something that we saw in Dark Souls 1 with a ring. It was very powerful, and a lot of speedrunners abused that mechanic. So maybe that mechanic's come back, because it wasn't in DS2. And a lot of people are upset about it, because it means you can't really find a way early to do huge amounts of damage without it. Oh god. I wonder if these guys have a grab. They look like the type of things that would have a grab. Really? That didn't get you? Struggling with this guy. Truly hideous and disgusting. So you have the shortcut there on that one side of the courtyard. On the other side, we have a building with a door leading into it, which is what we're trying to get to. Sort of going around the whole area, and we found most of the secrets. I'm sure there's some that I've missed even now, because I'm good at that. We have some more enemies, some more monsters. So we'll go left first. Look at that. It's draining the blood of the fallen and filling the sack. You can see this one's sack is ginormous because it's been like gorging itself, whereas these other two are very starved. Have a look at that. Their sacks are barely full at all. In fact, they're like essentially empty compared to the others. So yeah, they... Oh wow, they have like a back kick. They really are like mosquitoes. So I really think I was right with that. Oh boy. That jump attack that they do, if they spam that at you, that's quite the pain. I got jump attacks too, bro. Yeah, they really are like mosquitoes. They act just like mosquitoes, but we've had a bunch of different animals come up now, haven't we? We've had... We've had these mosquito enemies. We've had the bug eyes with many eyes that were flying near Bergenworth. We've had snakes. We've had wolves. We're piling it on now. We are really piling it on, the many different enemy types. I was talking to Gubiak about the snakes and the snake area, and he thinks that, he was saying, and I agree with him, he was saying that the whole snake area has nothing to do with the hunt, or rather he thinks it has nothing to do with the hunt. He thinks it's just a blight, an infestation on that area that happened to spring up. Whenever it happened, if it was during the time of Willem, if it was not, if it was after, doesn't really matter. Oh, the door's just open for you, just like everything else, inviting you in. So convenient. Yeah, he thinks it was more like just a blight on the area that has really no bearing on the hunt, and it's just an area that happened to have a horrible fate. Oh really? Wow, my thrust attack missed him because it went under him. That's unfortunate. Seems like one of the best attacks for these guys is the thrust. Does the most damage, and it's being very effective for me so far. But if you miss when they're jumping, not so much. Look at that! When they're jumping, they're essentially not immune, but it's very hard to land a hit on them. It's giving me some serious issues. Look, oh god, that jump attack is ridiculous. They attack so fast that I can't get even a light attack off. That's why I've been spamming this ability on them, because it's like the only thing that I can land on them. Oh my god, I hate you. Thank you for dying. God. Oh my god, I got wrecked by that. My butt kicked. Need some more blood vials. Hopefully there's a lantern coming up somewhere inside this building. But I gotta finish checking all the corners. But yeah, the snakes were more of a blight, more of an infestation. It just sort of happened, I think. And I definitely agree with Gubiak's theory that it was just a thing that was happening where in that specific area, snakes were like becoming like a parasitic effect. And it actually had an effect on those Yharnam, the Shadows of Yharnam, where they came from. The only lore we know is they're obsessed with some sort of blood queen, and we haven't seen anything to do with the queen since then. But I suppose we are now in a very posh castle. Do you think we're going to see something to do with the queen here? Is that a servant desperately scrubbing the floor? It's very clean in here. Very posh. The state of this place is like, reminds me of like Uden Chapel. It's still in good condition even now with the monsters everywhere. One scraping that statue there. Chest in the back there. Got one on scraping the floor over there. These are the servants of the castle. Why are they so upset? I'm about to murder them because they're going to get in my way. That feels wrong, doesn't it? But most of the stuff we've done in this game feels wrong. Whoa! Is that a ghost? Oh, that's creepy. Look at that! There's a ghost walking up. Walking across there. Oh, great. Well, confirmed. Ghosts. The servants don't attack you, so I'm reluctant to attack them. Come here, ghost. Ghosts of the Cainhurst Castle. Has she covered her eyes? It's of the opinion of Epic Name Bro, one of my favorite YouTubers, for sure, that insight is directly linked to your eyesight. Like, we have the whole theory by Willem, right? That the more eyes you have, the more eyes that you have, the more knowledge you see, the more you know, right? You're gonna learn more. You're gonna have a better understanding of the universe and the world, okay? So, the more insight you have, the more you see. Whoa, that's a fucking... I ain't trying to pronounce that. The more insight you have, the more you know, the more you see, right? The more you understand, the more knowledge. So, I was wondering... And in fact, you know, I agree with his theory that insight is quite literally eyes inside of your head. And the more eyes you have, the more you see, the more you know, the more you understand, the more you can comprehend. So we're seeing enemies such as these women who've seen terrible things, horrible things that have haunted them so much that they've removed their own eyes so that they can see less, that they can understand and comprehend less. So they don't just have to see these horrible monstrosities that we've seen. So we now have this Rita Palash, I'm sorry, weapon wielded by the Knights of Cainhurst, combines an elegant knight's sword with a peculiar firearm wielded by the Cainhurst Order. The old nobles, long time imbibers of blood, are no strangers to the sanguine plague, and the disposal of beasts was a discreet task left to their servants, or knights, as they were called for the sake of appearances. So, their servants were forced to defeat and get rid of this plague, to get rid of the plague of beasts that were happening to Cainhurst, and they gave them a token name, knights, simply to sort of make it seem more normal, I guess. With an E scaling on strength, this is not a strength weapon. It has a D scaling on arcane, it actually has blood tins damage, and it has a C on skill. So it's pretty good for skill, and you can level your strength with it as well as a side thing. This is what it looks like. Very nice looking sword, I like it. It's got very thrust attack. It's like a rapier, right? Yeah, it's the rapier of this game. We've not actually seen one yet. I quite like that. It's got a nice moveset. What's the transformation like? It turns it into a gun. That's pretty cool. I really like that. Oh, that is very cool. That was a transformation. Changing it from gun and back. I like this weapon. This is a weapon I would like to use if I was a skill-based character, but unfortunately I'm not, so we're just going to clear this area out of these ghosts. These servants are all now, like, horrified. I think that's interesting to note, that they were crying, right? Or was it the ghosts? The ghosts were crying or the servants? Someone's crying, right? I think it's the servants. And they know about these ghosts, and they were just like desperately cleaning, like maybe out of fear, I think, of these ghosts. Maybe the ghosts won't harm them if they keep pretending everything's normal. They keep pretending everything's normal and keep cleaning. Maybe that's why they were sort of acting like that and they're still cleaning even now. And I can kill them, but I don't really want to. I don't think they've done anything wrong. I don't think that's like reason enough to murder. I don't think I have a reason to murder them. So I don't really want to hurt them. Keep running out of endurance at the wrong time there. So this castle is clearly haunted. We see enemies that have taken their own eyes out. And I think these are crying as well as the servants. Yeah, they're crying as well. So everyone's just bloody crying in this place. Like, look at this one, for example. She's just completely distraught. Now we have our first sort of servant type that's moving towards me. Has some sort of cane. The ghosts don't attack you at a certain point as well. They'll just stop attacking you if you leave long enough for them to go back into their ethereal form. And on the other side, we see no door. Actually, we do see a door, I think. So maybe I should go back that way before progressing this way. God, the Cainhurst Castle, man. It's creepy. Very creepy. I was wondering if I attacked any of the servants, would all of the servants come for me at that point? Do you think? Trying not to get overwhelmed here. Like, they're all coming for me now. I bet there's one coming up from behind me. Oh no. It's very soulsy to do that. Here we have another servant that I don't want to really hurt. Oh, some chunks. Nice. Another ghost there. Look, it's the ghost that's crying, not the servant. The servant's just in fear. Whoops. There goes the servant. That was an accident. I'm sorry. So now we've sort of stopped the crying, thank God. So yes, it's not the servants that were crying. It's the regal ghost women, royalty, whoever they were. There's a little bit too many of them, I think. Like, why is there so many upper class, sort of high level ghosts compared to the servants? There's more ghosts than servants. I saw that loot and I was like, ambush city. I saw that loot and I just thought instantly, I was like, I'm gonna get ambushed there. There's too many crying voices coming from everywhere for me to pick up that loot and not get ambushed. And yeah. Shut up. Oops. I didn't try and hurt you. Just saying, I wasn't gonna hurt you. Oh, there we go. That was awkward. We got a noble dress. Gonna get some lore from this. Finely tailored Bordeaux dress, worn by the nobles of the old bloodline that traces back to the forsaken castle of Cainhurst. Really didn't give me anything. Did it? It just kind of like told me that the nobles wore this stuff. And I kind of already knew that, bro. Already knew that. So we're cross-dressing for a little bit, that's fine. I look very pretty. Boys can wear dresses too, guys, if you wanna. You get to do the swoosh thing, right? Look at that. We're doing the swoosh thing with the skirt part. Pretty cool, right? Pretty swag. I'm sorry. Wow, we get a really nice view here of the bridge. Really nice view of the bridge. Never mind. The bridge leads out towards that area. That's where Hemwick Lane is, I believe, right there. Then we have the bell tower area over there that we saw as we were down on the bridge. So that's where we were, right there on that bridge. Made some nice progress through the actual castle grounds so far. I was hoping that maybe if I donned this dress, they wouldn't attack me quite as much. Didn't quite go that way, did it? Look at these statues, man. They're really cool. But there's a little bit too many of them for my taste. It's a little bit arrogant, don't you think? And hell, you can't even move around. It's just like bloody in your way on the walkways and stuff. Get it. Heard something there and I rolled. Oh boy. Oh boy, have a look at him. Have a look at him. Isn't he pretty? Got some nice teeth there, doesn't he? Making some great sounds. Oh man, we have many humans combined with beasts, and they're all hideous beyond belief. Come on then, you fuck. Get up! Stupid. What are you, a turtle? Oh, you're so hideous. You are so hideous, and it's not even your fault. Actually, it might be your fault. God, ugh, God, oh boy. We got one up there. Ambush City. The city of ambush. Don't give me that crap. You are stupid. Get out of here. Oh, another chunk. How many we got now? 2, okay. Excuse me. Oh, you're stuck. There you go. That was convenient for me. God, they are hideous. They're not necessarily gargoyles. They're just humans combined with some sort of bird. So there's the more up here. Trying to look for them, like, perched on anything. So I know when the ambush is coming. Oh boy. Speaking of ambush. Oh, I bet I could drop down there and not die. If it was, like, area that I could actually go to. Oh my god, I saw you. They stay perfectly still like a statue. Did you see him? He was going to do a grab attack. You clever bastards from software. You clever bastards. He was perfectly still like a statue. In this area, with these statues, you're having a laugh, ain't you? You're having a laugh. Oh, we got some statues knocked down. Get some disrespect going on in here. Looking for some more of those gargoyle-looking motherfuckers. Wonder who or what knocked that down. Got an enemy in here. Looks like a servant. It's got one of them rapiers. So this would be the first servant that was made to defeat beasts using that sword. And they were given the title of knight just to sort of make them feel better about it, right? So you are one of the knights of Cainhurst. And I gotta say, you're not very knightly. You attack very quickly. Respect. Oh, wow. You definitely fight pretty well. I mean, I'm talking mad shit about your style and shit. But, yeah. You used that weapon pretty well. Good job. You're dead now, though. So those are the servants that were made knights. And as you can see, they definitely have some knowledge. Oh, the frame lag there. Wow. It was a cool effect, but God, it broke my PlayStation 4 there, didn't it? Goodness gracious. Oh, now we're getting some glitches with the water down there. That's nice. Real nice. Yeah, they were made knights, and they sort of had to do that shit. But you can clearly see that they're whatever that servant class is, the hunchbacks. Do you think they're, like, born like that? Or they were beaten so much that they, like, ended up croning like that? Or maybe there's some sort of, like, rule where they were forced to, like, lean down like that because Maybe it was like seen as like a bow. Or like a forced bow. So they always have to lean over like that. To look like they're always bowing to the upper class. More ghosts. Come on, come out of the walls. Oh, shit. Those aren't ghosts. And they were there. Oh, wow. That's cool. Respect, bro. Ah. Ah, shit. Oh my god. You got some cool attacks. Dude. Mad respect. You're dead now. Oh. Oh. The Executioner's garb. Oh, I'm excited. No more cross-dressing for me. I'm sorry. Attire worn by the band of executioners commanded by the Martyr Logarius later became the basis for all church attire with its heavy draping of holy shoal. As the great Logarius once said, acts of goodness are not always wise and acts of evil are not always foolish, but regardless, we shall always strive to be good. And you know what I just noticed instantly? This is the exact clothing that Alfred wears. Oh, I love that cape. That looks brilliant. This is the exact clothing that Alfred wears. He is an executioner of Cainhurst, it would seem. And he has something to do with Cainhurst, so I expect we'll find him at some point, right? And he said something about Vile Bloods. Vile Bloods, that's what we're fighting. But the question is, are the gargoyles Vile Bloods or the monsters we found in the courtyard Vile Bloods? Are all these variations of one type of enemy known as the Vile Blood? I don't know, but Vile Bloods are here and we're here to deal with them. And so is Alfred probably. Alright guys, that's going to have to do for now. We've been going for like, I don't know, a good while now. Really enjoyed today's little playthrough. I hope you enjoyed the session. And yeah, we'll be moving through the rest of Cainhurst very shortly. Really cool lore, really cool area. We'll get back to the creepiness of Yargul and all that shit soon, I promise. But we do have to take a sidestep to do this optional stuff. Because lore, baby, lore. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I've been Hollow, you've been you, and I'll see you next time.